Today I have a bit of a story time to tell you guys. I haven't really told a story on here in a minute. Me doing story times kind of brought me like a certain amount of audience, cause like back in October, you know, my clown story kind of pushed the page. You know, people actually decided to subscribe. Don't know why, but don't unsub. Like, I mean, I was just saying that out of like pure sarcasm, but I really do appreciate everyone who did subscribe. But today I have a more bizarre story time. I'm gonna be talking about how I crashed my parents' car. Now, before anyone really jumps to conclusions, this happened before I had my license, which is even worse because like, you're not supposed to be driving when you don't have your license. I don't even think I had my permit. That's the worst part. But pretty much it happened in a flash, so I'm just gonna jump right into the story and you'll see what I'm talking about. Like and subscribe if you guys want more of these. Just saying, just a reminder. So this happened about, oh, wow, I should have thought of that before I even press record. This happened a little bit over 4 years ago. So before, you know, or either 3 or 4 years ago. It was sometime between my freshman year and sophomore year of high school when all of my friends pretty much talked about driving nonstop. It was very early in the year, I'll say around mid-May. Pretty much sometime before summer is when we really started talking about driving a lot. And at the time, I was extremely fascinated in driving. Like, I always joked about, you know, hey, let me drive you guys here. Hey, let me do this. Hey, let me do that. Mom, can I use your car? No, nigga! But one day, I was getting ready to go over my friend Matt's house because a lot of people were over there playing basketball. But the thing is, he lived around the block from me and I was not trying to walk at all. I was like, you know, hey dad, I watched you drive over the years. Can you let me, you know, your son, drive a car that I have never touched in my life around the block to my friend's house? And surprisingly, he said yes. I don't know how that happened. Don't. See, okay. I don't condone this behavior at all. I'm just saying, you know, he came in clutch and he was like, you know, yeah. Let me see what you got, boy. And my heart kind of dropped because I was like, what am I doing? I've never touched a car in my life. The only time I actually did was when I would play pretend house and I'd get in the car and pretend that I was like driving my kids home, but I was like 9 and I ain't have no kids. I still don't have kids. So pretty much my dad got ready and we got in the car ready to leave. Now keep in mind at the time this was my mom's car, but she was asleep, so we pretty much stole it. But the original plan was after I was to drive to Matt's house, my dad would then get in the car, do some shopping. He had errands to run, so you know, I was gonna be over there playing basketball. But I wanted to pull up in style, and I was not trying to let him down. Oh my God, this is where I start, you know, snitching on myself. But look, my mom had a minivan. I got into the driver's seat, he got into the passenger seat, and you know, that little 5-second walk that he did around the car to get in the passenger seat, I was going insane. I knew I never attempted to drive in my life. I didn't know anything about driving. The only regulation I had about driving is watching my parents drive all the time as a kid because I loved the concept of driving. I thought it was cool. So he gets in the car and he says to me, you know, like, hey, what are your first steps? And he kind of giggled and I was like, I know. Don't tell me what to do. We're gonna drive safely to Matt's house. Capiche? So, you know, I fiddled with the mirror until I could see like the top of my head and then the rearview mirror. Because the van was kind of big, but you know, I just wanted to make sure, you know, we didn't die or anything. We'll talk about that later. So I turn on the car and then after that, the air conditioning starts blowing and I get like all freaked out. But then I'm like, you know, calm down. Because we're not gonna die today. So I don't wanna hear anyone's mouth. You know, I make sure I straighten my mirror again. And then I kind of just sit there like, you know, hey dad, what's the next step? Although I told him that I knew everything about driving. So we were perfectly fine once we got on the road. But you know, as a parent would do, obviously, you know, he just started talking about the basic stuff, you know, like Jason, make sure you know this and that and this. And then I was like, you know, yeah, I know, trying to play it cool. Cause you know, I don't want him to, you know, think that I was a weak son. And I couldn't do a simple task, which was to drive to his house. And again, that didn't happen. We'll get to that next. Let me stop jumping to conclusion. And then this is pretty much when I discovered that in order to move any gear in the car, you had to put your foot on the brake and then maneuver the gears. So you know, I knew drive was drive, I knew reverse was reverse, or D and R pretty much. P was for parking, obviously, neutral, this and that. So I put the car in reverse and then I let off of the brake all the way because I thought, you know, that's what they did, but they kind of did it slowly so you could slowly back out the driveway. And he kind of freaked out. And then my response was, you know, hey, I'm just joking. It was a friendly joke to show you that I know what I'm doing. Did not know anything that I was doing. I lied to that man on numerous occasions that day. Good Lord. Okay, so you know, I slowed down and I'm looking behind, but I'm not looking behind all the way, but I wanted to make sure that I was doing it right to impress my father. And that really didn't go as planned, because as soon as I turned my head at a 90-degree angle, he said, you know, Jason, watch out. Then I looked in front of me and I was kind of like gearing towards the grass and my job was to go straight. So, you know, 2 times that I messed that up. So we pretty much get towards the street. I'm turning the wheel slowly until, you know, we back out of the driveway completely. You know, that little hump that goes boom, 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 and then you're like in the street or whatever. So we get into the street, my foot is on the brake, and my job was to put it in drive and just pretty much go from there. So I put it in drive and hold on a second. This is the juicy part. This is when I messed up every single step that ever has to do with driving in the world. So my job was to put the car in drive and pretty much just skirt, but let me tell you what happened. I was in such a rush to get to Matt's house just to show everyone there that, you know, I was driving before them, that when I put the car in drive, I tried to turn the wheel simultaneously as I put my foot on the gas, but you know, I really didn't have to do that. I should have let go of the brake, turned the wheel, and then lightly put my foot on the gas. But no, I thought I was an expert. I thought I was ready to drive. I wasn't ready to go anywhere. So as soon as I let go of the brake, I mashed the gas, and I'm trying to turn the wheel in the process, and we just go straight into a tree. Yeah. That's where the climax is in the story, ladies and gentlemen. I ran my parents' car into a tree right in front of our house. Everyone saw it. It was a clear day. People were outside mowing the lawns, you know, playing with their kids. And here I am in the middle of the street crashing into a tree. I thought of every scenario about me getting my ass whipped that day. I really did, because I knew I was not going outside for the next month, and it sure as hell did happen. So, you know, my first reaction is to start crying, because, you know, I was being a little bitch back then, and I didn't want, you know, to get my ass whooped. So pretty much, you know, I just started bawling my eyes out, and I'm like, you know, dude, I'm so sorry. I didn't even mean to do that. You know, I was trying to turn the wheel, and he was like freaking out at me. I'm not even gonna like reenact it or yell, because, you know, that's too much. But he was like, you know, Jason, you knew better than that. You said you knew how to drive. All you had to do was turn the wheel. You should have been turning the wheel before you put your foot off the brake and mashed it on the gas. But you ain't do that, did you? And I was like, dang, all right. Like, I'm still crying, but, you know, I was like, inside my brain, I was thinking that. I was like, you know, dang, I ain't even mean to do that. Why you yelling at me? Everyone makes mistakes. But then at the same time, I knew better. I did. Like, if I wanted to impress my friends, I should have just pulled up like on a ripstick or something. Because I liked riding those back then, and that's when they had like everyone collecting them. I thought I could drive a car. Who thinks? Okay. Resuming. So after that, I pretty much put the car in park, and then I get out. And mind you, we're still in the middle of the street, but the tree was like right next to the end of the driveway. So pretty much, pretend this is the tree, pretend this is the car. The car backs out, you know, I stop, and then I just ram the gas, and we just fly right into a tree. I was at least going 10 miles an hour. Like, that hurt a lot. So we get out the car, we look to the right, and there's just a big old hole that, like, it's like the piece broke and it didn't just crash in, like it sunk. It was an open hole in the car, and the car was smoking, and I started crying again, because, you know, I wanted to play. I didn't want to get whooped at all. You know, again, everybody make mistakes. So I'm just making excuses, okay. So after that, you know, I just told him I'm sorry, and then pretty much he was okay with it. He didn't really freak out as bad as I thought he did, but I knew my mother was gonna have the last word. You hear me? Mom, if you watching this, you know what happened that day, okay? I don't wanna explain to the kids. I was a bad child. I was. No, I wasn't. I wasn't that bad. I was doing the most. So pretty much after that, my dad just got into the driver's seat. I got into the passenger seat, and I just sobbed the whole way there, like silently. I was just sitting there like, you know, nice weather we having, Dad.
Shut your ass up. I don't want to hear none of that.
So we go around the block to Matt's house, and this man pretty much lives 700 feet away from the house. I could have walked, but no. I wanted to look cool in front of my friends. I really did. So we pull up to Matt's house, and then this is where I just want to cut from the story real quick. I was driving with my friend Aaron from the gym the other day. Yes, I was driving. I have my license now, so I don't want to hear y'all BS at all. I was driving from the gym with my friend Aaron, and I was like, you know, dang, what kind of story should I be telling on my channel? You know, give me video ideas. I need some help, man. He was like, tell the story about how you crashed your car, and then you pulled up to Matt's house hella sad and got out the car. And I started laughing because I saw the dent in the car. And I was like, wow, you wanted to go into detail there. Okay. So here I am telling the exact story that I just told him, or that he told me about. I hope y'all enjoying it so far. Don't forget to like and subscribe. But we're not done yet. Hold on, I gotta finish. So I pull up to Matt's house, and you know, like how you're sad and you're either on a train or on a plane or somewhere, and you know, you're just doing that little sob out the window where you're just like,
can't take one more step towards you.
Yeah, that's pretty much what was going on. So I get out the car, and pretty much everybody stops playing basketball. There at least had to be 10 people there, besides Matt, because like, I was going over his house. Aaron was there, obviously, and then just like a whole bunch of other people that I knew. Got out of the car, and then they looked at the crash, and then they looked at me, and then they just started laughing. And then I haven't been so embarrassed in my life. So my dad, you know, just skirted off, and I was sitting there, you know, everyone was like, dang, Jason, what's wrong? You look sad, man. And I was like, you know, I don't even really want to talk about it. And Aaron was like, whoa, when did you guys get into a car crash? And then that's when I just walked upstairs and sat down on the porch. I couldn't talk to anyone. I was really upset. And so pretty much Aaron put two pieces together and found out that I was the one who crashed the car. Yes, I crashed my parents' car. That pretty much wraps up the story. Starting to get a little bit emotional, so don't trip. Everybody get emotional. I don't want to hear all that. Oh, well, Jason, you're acting soft. I'm not. Okay, I got my ass whooped that day. Comment if that's happened to you, because I'm pretty sure it hasn't. But no, in all seriousness, that's pretty much it. After that happened, we waited some time. The car kind of got repaired. You know, they just kind of sanded down and replaced the piece. And then now we don't have the car anymore, so don't worry about it. I'm not getting my booty touched no more at all. Pause. But that pretty much wraps up this story. If it was kind of long, I apologize, but some people like long videos, and then they'll complain because I don't post long enough videos. So it's like, what do you want? That's it. Drop a like on this if you enjoyed. I will tell more of these. A lot of people said to not tell these, but then I was looking back on my old videos and saw that a lot of my story times performed the best on my channel. So I decided to kind of bring them back for you guys. And I will post a lot of them as long as you like the video. Like if you genuinely want me to tell more. Cause I ain't finna tell no 20-minute story and try and edit it down and nobody watch it, because some of y'all be on game. So look, let's see. I'm gonna have to put a like hold on this, cause you know, I don't know if some of y'all actually be listening. And then there's silent viewers who will sit there and be like, well, Jason, how come you didn't post? Because you ain't say nothing. Say something in the comments, like the vid, I'll respond. Simple as that. So let's try and get this video to 1,500 likes. So that's 1, 5, and then 2 zeros. I'm just saying, like, for those who can't count, because you know, I was having problems with multiplication back in the day. What am I talking about? Okay, let's try and get this video to 1,500 likes, and then that's when I will, you know, actually step out of my comfort zone and tell you guys more stories. As long as you like it, you know, I'll do it. So, you know, drop a like on this if you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe too if you're new. I know a lot of people, you know, every video I'll post, I tend to get a lot of new viewers, which is pretty cool, but like a lot of them don't really know what the channel's about. So, you know, hi. I'm Jason, and I just post videos. I don't know, I don't have a genre, but yeah, make sure to subscribe. I'm almost at 30,000. I'm like, what, 300 away? Oh my God, I'm going insane once I get that. Oh, you don't understand. But no, I'm seriously done talking. This video has been going on for a while now, so editing's gonna be a lot for you, boy. But yep, I hope everyone enjoyed the video, and until my next one, bye. Because I mean, I told you everything I had to know, so I'm gonna leave now, because